Hi dear friends, and today I'm announcing absolutely fascinating news. We received our new batch of tea. It's actually batch 03 of loose leaf tea, and also our new bricks. It's bricks mostly from Yunnan tea. We have 10 new varieties of these bricks and more than 40 varieties of loose leaf tea, and also one tea cake. I will introduce all of these teas step by step, but actually we have 15 types of red tea. We have, I think, 8 types of Shu Puer. We have 12 types of Oolongs. We have 2 types of green, not so much, 2 types of Shen Puer, and Chinese matcha. Wow, that's a special thing. I will tell a little bit about, not about each product, but yeah, because we work on this project actually quite long. Now it's beginning of February of 2025, and yeah, we work on this project from October actually, maybe even earlier, because I collected the tea, I traveled to China, traveled to different destinations, and we had, I don't know, so many sessions of testing in China and here in Amsterdam and whatever. And this is a selection finally. Not so many green teas, because we actually was focused on bringing only fresh tea and only tea which is actually relate to the season. So this is why only 2 types of green, because in close few months we'll have fresh green tea and a little bit of lighter loons, also not so much. But mostly this time we focused on red teas, the extensive collection, 15 types. Shu Puer, yeah, as I told already, 8 types. And many Oolongs, mostly darker Oolongs, mostly from Shuixian actually, but also some other like this wonderful Dancong we also have. Generally speaking, yeah, it's kind of unusual collection also because yeah, I all the time try to keep it unusual. This is why we have these batches numbers, even on the teas which is close to previous batches in profile of taste and fragrance. We still divided because each time tea is different. If you work with some craft tea, with some let me say artisanal tea, then the farmers put really a lot of attention to technology, to growing, sustainable growing, organic growing, and all the time tea is different, it's not the same. This is why we divided to batches, and then this time you see a lot of new names because here's a few new suppliers and also a lot of new blends actually. Most of these tea cakes is my own blends, these tea bricks. We'll have a wonderful collections later. Now we just first step to this era of bricks because we before mostly was focused on tea cakes. We will still produce them, but nowadays I decided that this is very, let me say, useful and very, let me say, easy in transportation, easy in storage, very beautiful shape, and also easy in brewing actually, because inside you have chocolate. And let me show you. I will actually open one to show how it looks, and from this tea I will start my explanation what we have inside. So actually inside we have tea brick, it's all paper, what's also important, and we have this 12 pieces. So one piece is for a teapot or a mug if you just use European style brewing, or if you need a really huge teapot, maybe 2 pieces will be also okay. Yeah, and yeah, easy, you just break it and you have a tea. Even if you before used tea bags, that's an option which just works much better, and also quite useful and easy to use, and good present for whatever person, no matter if this person really understands tea and already use Kung Fu Cha method for brewing tea, or just started with tea. So this is quite beautiful. So actually the first one, I just started from this purple Nannuo. Nannuo is the name of the mountain, Nannuo Shan, and it's purple and other types of red tea varieties from the Nannuo mountain. So it's red or black tea, how we call it. Also we have Amsterdam Nights. We already had this cake before. Here's a little bit different Shu Puer. It's a mono Shu Puer from Manhai, also branded with our Amsterdam location. Yes. Bulang Da Shu. This is Bulang Big Trees cake. Here we have 2 blended two Shu Puer from Bulang Da Shu. One is from 2017, and one is from 2023, 2 years ago. So two types of Shu Puer from big trees from Bulang Mountain. Very sweet and wonderful Shu Puer. Here we have Pasha Gushu. This is mono Shu Puer. Very beautiful shape. And also what I want to say, what we have this tea also in loose leaf. I think it's here. Yes, Pasha Ancient Tree Shu Cha. If you prefer loose leaf tea, you can buy it loose leaf, or if you like compressed or you like this kind of pressed cakes, it's the same material, just a different shape. Also, what I just forgot to say that for most of the teas, I'm not counting this blends, but we have also the samples this time. You can also order, because we have so many teas, now it's more than 50 types of tea, and you can order the sample. This is 7 grams. Actually, because before I literally don't like so much this small packaging because it's not very sustainable. Then you use it on a constantly basis, but if you want to try some tea and you want just a tiny bit of any teas you want to try, you can buy a first sample and later buy a bigger box. Or we also prepared this type of packaging, 150 grams, because many people before asked me like, oh Sergey, we have these boxes, and if I want like, okay, this is like 60 grams, but I want like 200 grams or more than 100 grams, how I can buy? I need to buy 3 boxes, and also it's a little bit kind of wasting, especially if it's the longer boxes. You see, this time before we had mostly this type of boxes, so it's like 30-40 grams of tea if you want to buy like 5-6 boxes, but instead of that you can just buy 1 bag. It will be a little bit more affordable and also more sustainable actually, because yeah, if you like certain types of tea, I recommend to buy this 150 gram packaging. For most of the teas we have it. I don't count these compressed ones for sure, but for loose leaf tea, most of the tea we have also this yeah, 150 grams packaging. It's all prepacked in China on the factory, also for safety reasons and also for storaging. So we now almost don't pack anything here in Amsterdam, so it's already all prepacked. And also, as soon as I start to talk about sustainability, one of the reasons why we do this paper packed teas and also this actually bricks, it's paper only, so there is no plastic. A little bit, very, very thin layer of plastic on the upper surface of this carton packaging, but inside they just have rice paper, and here we just have a paper and that's it. So it's also more sustainable. We don't use these metallized bags for this collection, and we try develop more and more about how to make packaging more clean, because I think it's very important nowadays especially. So continue with the cakes. I already introduced Nannuo and Da Shu in Amsterdam, and Pasha. Yeah, this is ancient trees Shu Puer from Pasha village. And here's a Moychay Barcelona. Actually, this cake especially introduced to the opening of our tea house in Barcelona, which hopefully will come this year, 2025. This is a specially cake made for Moychay Barcelona, which is actually their website. You can check if you live in Spain. You can also order there some tea, and welcome to Barcelona. Now we already operate a small shop there, offline and online both, but soon we will open big tea house, hopefully. It will be same great as our Amsterdam tea house, so welcome to visit. This is a blend of Shu Puer and red tea. So this is my kind of personal idea, ripe tea from 2018 and one red tea. So together they have a very smooth, wonderful combination of tastes. This cake. So this one is very unusual blend. It's actually a raw puer and red tea, Hong Cha. And yeah, so actually spiritual development. This is why it had this name. We have teapot with 2 ways of brewing from it, because it's a very unusual taste. I really do recommend you, if you like experiments, try. Melt in reality. This blend we already had before. This is blend of Yiwu Sheng Cha and white tea. I already made it before. Last year it was a big cake. And here's a little bit different material, but similar recipe. So if you like the previous one, I really do recommend to try this cake. Here we have Shu Puer. Actually, this is also a blend of 2 Shu Puers, and it has a Dutch name, Oost, West, House Best. It means East and West. It's better at home. Yeah, and also this teapot near the house, it's actually one pretty old artwork which we used maybe almost 10 years ago, one of our previous cakes. Also actually this one, we used it before, and now I decided to use it again because I like it so much. Actually same with this Bulang. This bear, it's one of our friends painting. Spirit Traveler. This one is a blend of Shen. Yeah, Shen, and this is also unusual one. Yeah, like all of the blends. Yeah, I tried many special varieties, and here's a little bit white tea also, so it became the Shen completely not bitter because of the sweetness of white, so it's create a wonderful structure and wonderful palette of taste and everything. I really like it. It's like a spiral because it opens up its fragrances and tastes like a spiral for me. It's my personal association. This one we also had before, but also a little bit different blend, but similar recipe. I hope this one find you well. Best tea for a cold time. It's like warming up from inside. Here's a puer and a little bit half fermented puer, so almost like red tea, but not enough. So it's something in between. I do like it because I think it for those who maybe like puer but consider it a little bit too harsh. But with this blend, you have all the benefits of boosting effect of puer and also all the sweetness of semi-fermented teas like red teas and fully fermented teas. Yeah, right. So this is absolutely great combination. I like it a lot. So it's about the bricks, and now I a little bit tell about the loose leaf tea, which we have so much loose leaf tea here. Maybe I'll not describe the whole collection, but let me start from maybe from Oolongs. The first is most important one, and actually this is a limited. They only have it 2-3 kilos, let me say, but it's also a kind of premium level tea. It's more than 100 euro for this can of 140 grams, I think. Yes, 114 grams, right. So it's Milan Dancong. It's a honey orchard, Nannuo, from the north of Guangdong province. And this is a material from the old trees, up to 200 years. Actually, I have already a video from this place. On my YouTube, you can have a look, one of my previous videos from last year. And here we have a description about everything. On each box we have pretty detailed description about the place, about the story of the, some taste descriptions and so on. So it's quite more information about the collection itself, for sure. So yeah, so this is only one tea which we have this traditional Chinese metal packaging. Yeah, and this is Milan Dancong from ancient trees, one of the best Dancong I ever drank before. So I do really recommend. And also we have very limited supply of the samples of this tea also, like for most of the teas we have it, not for anyone, but for most we have samples too, and this is my highest recommendations. It's for sure maybe best Oolong from all the collection. Yes, lighter ones. Two more lighter Oolongs. This is Tie Guanyin, and this both Tie Guanyin are quite unusual. One Tie Guanyin is from Guizhou province, not from Anxi, not from Fujian, where most of Tie Guanyin are grown and produced, but from Guizhou province. We already had it before. It's a little bit roasted, and also because of the soil, because of the technology, it's unusual. It's not the same as Tie Guanyin which you used to drink, so it's not so greeny. Yeah. And the second one is Tanbei Tie Guanyin, and this one Tanbei means in Chinese baked. So actually this baked Tie Guanyin for me, I think it's perfect, and I think it's very close to Dunjin, like Dunjin Oolong from Taiwan, and this is one of the best technologies in baking. So it's very delicate, sweet, fragrant. Aftertaste is fantastic. So these two Tie Guanyins I do really recommend. Iron Goddess, for those who don't know, is very famous Oolong. Green tea, Liping Chu, and this Liping Chu, actually Liping is a county in Guizhou province, and Chu it means literally sparrow tongue. And this tea is produced by the technology very close to Longjing tea, very famous dragonfly tea. But because it's produced in different province, so we just call it Chu, and also local producers prefer to keep its own name, Chu. Yeah, but actually if you like Longjing, this is the best, because it has absolutely great technology, a little bit higher roasting. This is why it preserves much longer. Also these teas both are also samples. Yes, so I can buy a sample, I can buy the whole box. This is one of only 2 green teas, actually. And the second green tea is Puer Bai Cha. For some people it will be confusing because it's a kind of white tea packaging. Yes, because actually in Chinese it's called Lipin white tea, Puer Bai Cha. Lipin is the name of a county where it's produced. And the thing is that actually this is also a reference to Andi Bai Cha from Zhejiang province. So this is really very close. And this Zhejiang Andi Bai Cha was produced from Ming Dynasty. And later, the same technology was used also in different other provinces like this, also in Lipin County in Guizhou. This is organic tea garden, and they use the same technology, but still call it local name. This tea is actually green, but it's something in between. It's so sweet and so fragrant, not so bitter like many green teas, but so it's very light, but still it's a green tea. But it has name Puer Bai Cha. It's just a name. Yes. A little bit of confusion. And only one white tea from our collection. Maybe later we will develop more white teas, but this during winter time we decided to be more focused on fermented teas. So this is Puer Bai Cha. Puer, actually it's not only the name of a tea, Puer tea like Shen Puer or Shu Puer, but also it's a name of a region. So it's from Puer, actually from Simao city. This is a classical buds made white tea, something in between, maybe you know Gushu and Ya, silver needles from ancient trees, or also Yuguan Bai, and also we had before the tea with the name silver needles, also from the same region on Yunnan in Zhen, so silver needles from Yunnan. It's something from this range. We also had a wonderful cake with a bird, also something like that. So Puer Bai Cha, it's a refreshing, sweet, colorful, energizing, and absolutely fantastic white tea. For those who like something lighter, something enhancing, and also fresh and sweet. So this is very good. As soon as we start talking about lower fermented teas, and I told I would talk about Oolong, but finally I continue with green and white. Okay, let's go to the Shen Puer. Actually, this is only 2 types of Shen Puer we have, if you don't count some of our tea cakes. So here we have Lan Cang Sheng Cha and Yiwu Sheng Cha. Lan Cang Sheng Cha actually is from Lan Cang. Lan Cang, it's a very famous river which comes from Himalayas to Yunnan, China, and later to Vietnam. It produced in the elevation around 1,600 meters in actually Lincang area. Yiwu Sheng Cha is produced on Yiwu mountain in Yuzhen, also very famous region. So it's 2 loose-leaf teas. Yiwu Sheng Cha produced in 2023 and Lan Cang is 2019, so it's a little bit aged already. Almost, let me say, wow, 2019, 6 years aged, wow. So that's all about Shen, white and greens, and we still continue with Oolongs. This time we have absolutely fascinating collection of Oolongs, and I will start from rock Oolongs because we have one new supplier, and this is Oolong. This is a blend of rock Oolongs. We have Youji Guoxiang Rougui. Guoxiang, it means like a fruity aroma. Youji, it means organic in Chinese. Actually, our teas, we can mark them organic, so we don't mark it as organic because we need to have organic certification on a company. We still don't, but actually we source only from a company who had this certification, but we can mark by ourselves. So we do tests actually for everyone who concerns about quality and control and like cleanness of the tea. If you really want, we can send you directly our wonderful tests for each of these tea. We make tests. Yeah, this is quite great. So this is Guoxiang. It means fruit aroma. Rougui, it's actually cinnamon. It's the name of the tea. Yeah, very famous rock Oolong. So 2 of those, and 2 more. We have Hua Xiang Hong bigger drop, very famous blend of rock Oolongs. And Hua Xiang means flowery aroma. And we have Zhangping Shuixian Oolong. So it's very small bricks. Maybe we already seen, we had before. Shuixian from Zhangping. Yes, also softened Fujian province. We have much more. We have much more and much more. We have also just Da Hong Pao, regular Da Hong Pao, and this time it's a little bit more roasted, and I really appreciate this one. It's much better than we had before. also a little bit more pricey, but it costs. And the classical Shuixian Oolong, and 3 more Oolongs, I think. Yes, we have 3 more Oolongs. One is Jin Bailong Cha. Actually, Jin Bailong Cha, it's actually golden white dragon. It's a GABA, it's a new GABA tea from Fujian. Very good technology, Taiwanese technology, but local cultivars. Oolong. So Oolong actually fermented red Oolong. So it's when you make a half Oolongish technology, half you add fermentation as a red tea on top of that, and you have red tea with very sweet Oolong fragrance and aroma and taste for sure. And yeah, so this is a great example of that. And Mei Zhan Lao Cha. So it's aged tea from Mei Zhan cultivar from southern Fujian from 2009. Also quite old already, 16 years aged Oolong. So we try to cover up all different layers of Oolongs, and yeah, we have quite good selection this time. What's more, we go to the red teas, because red teas we have really a lot. This time maybe it's the funniest and most beloved part of this collection. Why? Because it's actually biggest part. So it's 15 types of different red or black tea, how we call it in Europe. And actually each of the type have its own story, because yeah, I'm selecting teas, let me say, more and more carefully each time, because I have more broader assortment, but I still need to shrink to something. And when people say like, oh, a lot of teas, like 50 types. Let me say, to select these 50 types, maybe I tried almost 500-600 something, maybe even more, during a few months. Over time we had a session like, okay, 30 types, 20 types, 30 types, 20 types, 50 types, all the time. Only for Tie Guanyin, maybe I tried more than 50, 40 different Tie Guanyins to select these 2. So the same with reds actually, and also I try to be very selective, and now we have a very diverse collection of red teas. Let me start maybe from this Yingde Hong Cha. We never had it before, but it's quite famous tea. Yingde is a city in Guangdong province. Actually also planning to visit this factory again this year, and it's a golden tips. This tea is for sure, let me say, for those who like Assamika tea or Assam tea, but much more fragrant, much more aromatic because of Chinese technology, not Indian technology, but it's Assamika classical taste, and I really love it, and it's great. It's also for those who like maybe Hunyui red tea from Taiwan. So this is Assamika cultivar Yingde Hong Cha, very sweet, fragrant, and so on. The second one is Da Shu Hong Cha from actually Yunnan, and we have few: Yiwu Hong Cha, Da Shu Hong Cha, Yingde Hong Cha, Lan Cang Sheng Cha, and Dian Hong Cha. This is all group of Yunnan red teas, which are all has similarities and differences, and at the same time maybe the most different one is Yiwu Hong Cha from those. If you like Yunnan reds, this all I for sure recommend, because each of those was also quite carefully selected. And one very remarkable tea is Mei Zhan Hong Cha. It's Mei Zhan red tea from southern Fujian, which is made from Mei Zhan variety, the same as this aged tea, actually from the same plantation. I just went to this plantation and to this factory. We have a video about that. And this is old trees of Mei Zhan, which has no one harvested for quite long. So it's very tall already bushes, and it's also sustainable plantation. They don't use any fertilizers there, and like most of the teas we work now. And this is absolutely fantastic, sweet, fragrant, and same time a little bit acidic, yeah, classical red tea, but made from Oolong cultivar. This is why it's very sweet. Laocong Hong Cha Wuyi, it means made from old bushes in Wuyi, old Oolong bushes. So this is why it's also very sweet red tea. Also, I love it so much. Lipin Hong Cha. Before we had the same tea, but it has a name Ancient Red, if you remember. And if you like this Ancient Red tea, I do really recommend Lipin Hong Cha. It's from the same factory which produce this green tea, also Lipin Tia Sha, and Puer Bai Cha, Lipin green tea, which is close to Jin Bai Cha by taste. And this is, yeah, Lipin Hong Cha from the same factory. Very good material and technology, and yeah, also quite unusual because it's from Guizhou province. Here we have Gaoshan Dancong. It's a more high mountain. It's about almost 1,000 meters elevation in Fanqing County. Yes, so this is a cool big variety red tea from Fanqing. I like it very much. Nannuo Da Shu Hong Cha, so it's from Nannuo Mountain in Moychay region, and it's from big trees. Also, very good one. And what's more, actually, the rest we have here, and here we have one of the best. This is classical Jin Jun Mei, and this is only buds. Before, like maybe 2-3 years ago, here in Amsterdam, we had a pretty basic Jin Jun Mei. It's completely different. It's a Jin Jun Mei from the top quality Jin Jun Mei, and Hua Xiang Hong Cha. And maybe this one is my beloved from most of the same like Mei Zhan, maybe these two, maybe this Jin Jun Mei also. Actually, I love them all, but maybe yeah, this like my favorite ones because they're very sweet. At the same time, it's natural sweetness for sure because it's Oolong cultivar. And this Hua Xiang Hong Cha, this flowery aroma Hong Cha, it's absolutely amazing. I had it on sessions before and people was really enjoyed. Jin Ya Hong Cha is a golden buds black tea, red tea. So it's very close to Jin Jun Mei in certain cases, but not fully. So it's not so far from Shuixian. It's actually Shuixian region. So it's also made from Oolong cultivars. And the Yanxun Laocong Xiaozhong. What it does mean? It's actually smoked black tea, smoked red tea. Yanxun means smoked, Laocong old pine. It means it was smoked on old pine trunks. And Xiaozhong is small variety of red tea, and Hong Cha is actually red tea, right? So this is yeah, let me say one of the best smoked tea I ever tried. We also have Yanxu Xiaozhong Batch 02, which is Batch 03. The same, similar name, but the different teas from different suppliers. Both deserve attention. We still have a little bit from previous one, but also we have this one we can compare. If you like smoky, natural smokiness, not like smokiness with artificial flavoring, this is the thing which I can really recommend. That's it with the reds. Also, all of these reds we have in samples, so you can buy a sample to try. Yes, and later select something. And more Shu Puer. Actually, Lan Cang Shu Cha. This is tea also from actually elevation around 1,600. Yiwu from Yiwu Mountain. It's the same producer who make this wonderful red tea from the same material. And here we have Bulang Da Shu, also from big trees of Bulang Shan. They have two collection, one from 2017. Almost, let me say, 8 years ago, and Bulang Da Shu from 2023, 2 years ago, both a little bit aged. Pasha Ancient Tree I already introduced to you. It's the same like this cake material, but a loose leaf. And 3 teas from Fanqing. Actually, these ones, let me say a little bit separately about them. So this is grades of one batch of Fanqing Shu Puer. We have Gunting, which is imperial quality, mostly buds, Tezi, high grade, and second grade RG Shu Puer tea. It's all from one batch, but different ranges. Yeah, so all of them. It's quite significantly important to know that this is from Fanqing, so it's high mountain material. It's about 1,900 above sea level, and it's mostly for material which produce this Shu Puer used for Dianhong tea for red tea production, but also last year this technology started also produce Shu Puer. So it's a quite unusual Shu Puer because for Fanqing is not very common tea. They don't produce too much of Shu, they mostly focus on red tea, but here we have this one. I think it's quite interesting to try, and also it's a little bit more affordable comparing to the versions from Manhai or Yiwu, which is more famous, but also very good. So it's really, let me say, very good cost-performance balance for these 3 types. I do really recommend if you like Shu, especially Gunting. It's absolutely great. So what's more, and more actually, it's this true Shu cake. This is blend of Gushu ancient trees material. This is limited edition. The design actually came from our friends Blagochai from Ukraine, who for a long time, Anton, manager of the tea house in the Zaporizhzhia city, he just ordered to make this tea some time ago, and we tried for long, and finally we made. It's a material from ancient trees in absolutely fantastic design. I like it, and good tea. actually good NC3. Actually, it's limited. It's only 50 cakes. I don't know how long we will have them, but maybe later we'll make it with different material. But now we have it very limited because I had very low amount of this material. And the last thing, last thing is actually Chinese matcha. Wow, that was a frustration for many, even for some of my employees who say, "Oh, Sergey, why it's Chinese? Because matcha is from Japan. How it's possible?" And everyone who knows that this matcha is Chinese, it means it's not good matcha, and so on and so on and so on. Actually, I just want to say that this matcha is originate from China. Just for you to know, if you didn't knew it. And here is a small story thing, that more than 1,000 years ago, the matcha was produced in mainland China. It was called Dancong. It's actually powdery tea. Which was whisked the same as matcha. The only thing which was later developed in Japan, it's a shading of the bushes to make this very, very greeny color of matcha. Yeah, so later, of course, Japanese developed it on the level, but this producer is our exclusive distributor of this producer in China, and they are actually exporting most of their matcha to Japan, and now we just deliver it directly. Because yeah, later some Japanese resell it back to different other markets, but actually it's just a good matcha. Actually, it's very good if you drink some matcha latte or you do any matcha related drinks. It's perfect. Maybe for ceremonial grade, it's not ceremonial grade, it's something in between, but it's only 17 euro for 50 grams. And if you know that most of these bags you can see like for 40 euro, and it can be like 30 grams only. So it's actually very affordable, beautiful packaging, good present, and also you can amaze someone with a Chinese matcha, because mostly people just don't call it this name because they think, oh, Chinese, something not wrong, something not traditional, but actually matcha originates from China, so we just back to the roots product. We later maybe developed even more higher quality, also Chinese matcha, which will be also quite affordable. Same time, of course, we sell a lot of Japanese teas, which I don't talk today, but if you like matcha of premium level, we also have it Japanese and so on, have many types. But this is an interesting product from China. That's all. I actually expected I will talk a few hours about this collection, but I try to be a little bit compact, because if I dive too deep in description of any teas, so it will take a lot of time. So I will try to bring more and more teas all the time. I really appreciate your support, and we really grow pretty fast here in Amsterdam, and we go to many festivals and collaborate. We go to Practice Festival, to Vienna, hopefully this year, and to Paris and to Brussels, maybe not to Berlin and so on. So we really like to be part of European tea movement, and yeah, I'm really glad that we are here. I'm glad to see all of you in our Amsterdam tea house and on my events. And just traveled, even this year I traveled already more than 11 countries with my tea sessions, and then we shared some of these teas already, and especially this, many people like it, and many people like this Mei Zhan, so, and maybe this Yingde Hong Cha, we already tried on my sessions this year, and hopefully you now can actually buy it finally. And really thank you for support again. Now we have all the opportunity to buy the teas. Some of the teas we have not so big amounts. If you really like them, it's only, you know, limited batches. It will be later different batch. Some of these teas possibly will restock, but who cares? We will see how it goes. You can have samples now, which is also very good and affordable. Yeah, for 2, 3, 4 euro you can buy a sample. Even less sometimes, depending on the type of tea. You can try what you want, but what about the samples? Because it's already told, I think it's not very sustainable, so I do really recommend I can buy one sample or one tea to try, and if you like it, you can buy a bigger bag. It's also a little bit more cheaper. As soon as you buy bigger packaging, it's a little bit cheaper, because we count the packaging, and we also try to avoid unneeded trash. Thank you very much for support. You can see all the links below, and you can welcome to Moychay. Now you can order this tea online. You can arrive to our tea house in Amsterdam and to try the tea. Welcome to our events. We now do a lot of different events. And see you somewhere. And thank you very much for watching. Drink great tea.